Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the Arabic of the Quran series. Today we'll be doing lesson number 8, numbers, non-human and broken plurals. So in Arabic we have three kinds of numbers. In English we only have two, like singular, plural. In Arabic we have three, singular, dual and plural. Plural over here means more than two, not more than one, more than two. Okay, and dual obviously means two, singular means one. Now just a minute. Singular and dual, we already know everything about them. Yes, the Muslim chart helped us to find a singular dual. We don't need anything else. Singular is just the un and in, and dual is ani aini. That's it. Both the female and male chart. Singular and dual we already know. The problem comes is plural. In plural we go a little bit deep and we have to talk about plurals. So when we tell about numbers, the only thing we'll be focusing about is plurals, because we already know everything about singular and dual. Okay, so all we're going to talk about in numbers is plural. So in Arabic there's 6 kinds of plurals. Shocking, I know, they go so deep in the plurals part. There's 6 kinds of plurals. The first one is masculine plural. Masculine plural is Muslimuna, Muslimina. We already learned this through Muslim chart. Next, human feminine plural. Human feminine plural is atun atin, like muslimatun, muslimatin. You know this. Then there is non-human feminine plural, which is also atun atin. It's the same thing, but the thing that's been talked about is non-human. For example, if I tell samaratin, samaratin means produce or grains. This is non-human, right? It's a non-living thing, it's non-human. That's why we tell it non-human feminine plural. You can still hear the atun atin sound, samaratun samaratin. You can still hear the atun atin, but it is non-human because the thing that we're talking about is produce or grains, which is not living. Human feminine plural and non-human feminine plural. I hope this was clear. You know what human means, you know what non-human means. Non-human is not just not alive things. It also includes animals. Non-human means animals also, okay? And human is not just limited to human. It also means angels, jinns and human. Okay? You will learn about this in future. Just for now, you just be certain. When we say human, we include angels and jinns. When we say non-human, we include animals. Just remember this, okay? Next, we come to things you have no idea about, which is human broken plural. You don't know what human broken plural means, and that's fine. Then there is non-human broken plural. Again, keep the distinction. Human here means angels, jinns, and humans. Non-human here means animals and things. Okay? Ism Jama. The last type is Ism Jama, also known as collective nouns. Okay? So these are the 6. We are going to learn about them in detail in the future classes and future slides. These are the 6 kinds of plurals. Don't worry, you'll get this through. Now these are some key points for the first 2 plurals, which is masculine plural and human feminine plural. When we say masculine plural, like for example when a word is in masculine plural, like muslimuna. When we say muslimuna, we already know this, it is only limited for humans, jinns and angels. We cannot use the masculine plural, we cannot use ina or una for any other things. We can only use it for things that are humans, jinns or angels. This can be like adjectives, like for example fasiquna will mean sinners. Fasiquna, you can hear the una sound at the end. This means sinners. This is also for humans and jinns. Okay, so that's why we say that masculine plural can only be used for humans, humans, jinns and angels. Another thing is, when in the Quran it comes mu'minun or ya ayyuhal mu'minun or something like that, you know, something which has una or ina, understand that it includes both male and female. Yes, the masculine plural includes both male and female. Okay, now the human feminine plural is only used for women. It only means women. Whenever you see any word that has atun and we know that the origin word is human, then you know that it only includes women. It does not include men like here. Like here it includes both male and female, but over here it only includes women. So when we say human feminine plural, like something is in human feminine plural, we are specifying it. When we say something is in masculine plural, we are generalizing it. Okay, masculine plural means it applies to everything living. everything that is human, jinn, or angels. And human feminine plural means it only applies to women. Great, this much clear? Now move forward. So now we'll talk about non-human plurals. Non-human plurals have a special concept in Arabic. When a word is non-human plural, it doesn't matter if it's feminine or broken. If a word is non-human plural, then it will be treated like a she. What we mean is that word will be called singular and feminine. She is singular, she is feminine. So that word will be singular and feminine. This only happens with non-human plurals. It doesn't happen with duals. If a word is non-human dual, like kalbani, two dogs, then the Arabs have no problem telling huma kalban, which means they are two dogs. But as soon as it becomes three, then the Arabs will tell she is two dogs. It's different, okay? It's not English. It doesn't make sense in English, but that's how Arabs do it. She is dog, she is books, as long as it's non-human plural. If the word is non-human plural, you will treat it like a she, which means the she is singular and feminine. Okay, it's the same whether it's feminine plural or broken plural. For example, samaratun. In Arabic, you can't say they are samaratun. No, it'll be she is samaratun. Sounds strange, but that's how it is. Okay, and everything about it also will be she, like feminine gender. Okay, feminine and singular gender, feminine gender and singular in number. Okay, so that's the only concept in Arabic that doesn't make sense at first, but it's Arabic. It's how Arabic people do their own work. Whenever a word is non-human and plural, they make sure that it's known as, I mean, they understand that it's non-human plural. They understand it means more than one, but they'll still treat it like a singular feminine word. Okay, this is clear? I hope it is. Now we come to the problem of broken plurals. So what is broken plurals? Essentially, in English also we have a formula for making plural. What is the most common way of making plurals in English? Adding an s. For example, when we look at the word house, it is singular. How do we make it plural? We add an s. Houses. Now it's plural. Houses is plural. If we look at the word text, text is singular, but text, that's plural. Then we look at the word shoe. Shoe is singular, but shoes is plural. In other words, all we did is we added an s. That's the formula of making words plural in English. But does that work everywhere? Does for every word we have to just make it plural, then we just add an s? No. When we look at the word house and we look at the word mouse, house, mouse, they sound so similar. But this, when it's plural, it becomes houses, and this becomes mice. It changes the word entirely, isn't it? This is houses and this is mice. How is that possible? This is how the plurals are made in English. That's kind of what broken plural means. Broken plural means you don't have a formula. That's basically what it means. You can't just add an s here and expect that it will become a plural. It doesn't. Broken plural means you break the entire word and you turn into something else, and now it's a plural. Like for example, for mouse, you remove the OU. You remove the OU and S and you inserted ICE. That's how nice is spelled, right? So you remove the OUS and you added IC, right? Mouse, mice. Similarly for goose, is goose, but it doesn't become gooses. We make it geese. We just add E. We remove the O's and we add E's over here. This is what broken plural means. We change the word. We don't change the essential meaning of the word. All we change is the certain things about the word. Like for example, we'll add an alif in Arabic. Sometimes in the middle of the word we can add an alif or a waw. It will change the word. It will make it plural. That's what we mean. Over here we insert e's. In Arabic we insert other alphabets that are suitable for that word. And then again we come to tooth. Tooth means tooths. No, it is teeth. Again we are removing the O's and we are adding E's. Like that in Arabic, sometimes we'll be adding wow, sometimes we'll be adding alif, sometimes we'll be adding yeah. It doesn't matter. All it matters is it's not following the general rule. What's the general rule? Atun for feminine or una for masculine. This will not follow the general rule. It will follow some different concept which only Arabs do. Okay? So that's the concept of broken plurals. Now in the next slide we'll learn about we'll learn about what rules are for broken plural. So if the word is in broken plural, what are its rules? We'll see that in the next slide. Okay, some key points about broken plurals. So in Arabic we have two types of broken plurals. Either they are human broken plurals or non-human broken plurals. So non-human we already learned. They can only be feminine singular. They can only be called feminine singular, nothing else. But human broken plurals have two options. Either you call them singular feminine, that's correct. Singular feminine is correct. Or they can be called what they really are. For example, if I say ummalun, which means workers, then the word workers can be either singular feminine. If you tell it singular feminine, that's alright, it's perfectly fine. Or it can be the reality, which in this case is more than two, i.e. plural masculine. In this case, ummalun is, which means masculine workers. So it will be more than two workers, plural workers, plural masculine workers. That's what we can classify it as. Either it's singular feminine or the reality, whatever the word means. Next, human broken plural shows status by sound. This is why you cannot find a human broken plural or a non-human broken plural, because both of them show by sound. Okay, they both of them show the status by sound. So if a word is in broken plural, you cannot find it without meanings. For example, if I say a'malun, okay, a'malun, we see that it has tanween on it. If we look at the tanween, we might think that it's singular, because the only way we know that the word is singular is through the tanween, right? Through the tanween, it doesn't have any combination, therefore ending sound, so we might think that it's plural. But when we might think that it's singular, but if we look at the meaning, we find out that a'malun means works, which means that which means it is plural. So that's how we know that it's non-human broken plural, because the word is broken. The word itself is broken, and it will show the status by sound, which means that a'malun is rafa because of the un sound. Clear? So how do we know if it's a broken plural? By meaning. If you see a meaning of the word and it is plural and the word does not show any combination, then you know that it is an ending. You know that it is a broken plural. Great. Now one more thing. This, as we told, the non-human broken plural can only be feminine and singular, but human broken plural has two things. It can be feminine singular, or it can be the reality, which usually is plural and masculine. The reality usually is plural and masculine. Okay, this is clear? You understood these 2 points? It's very important that you understand what broken plural rules are. Okay, you understood them? Now let's move forward. Alright, it's time for a review session. We learned a lot of new concepts today. We need to review them, and you have to watch this video at least 3 times to understand everything that I've just told. And as you can see, we have not covered one last topic. Ism Jama is a very small topic. It doesn't take much time, so we'll do that in the next lesson. Right now, I just want you to focus on broken and non-human. These two are very new concepts, and you don't know about anything about them. So just understand human and non-human, and broken and broken plurals in general. Just understand this broken plural and human and non-human. That's it. Forget about Ism Jama. We learn that in the next lesson. So let's start the review. Okay, the first one is masculine plural. The two things we learned about masculine plural, we know what it is. Okay, una, ina. The two things we learned is that it's only used for human, jinn, or angels, and it includes both male and female. Then comes human feminine plural. This is only used for women. It cannot be used for anyone else. Next, non-human feminine plural. When a word is non-human, we mean that the word is either animal or thing. So when a word is animal or thing, it will be treated like a she. What do we mean? The word will be called singular feminine. Even though the meaning is not singular feminine, the word will still be called singular feminine. Great. And the ending sounds obviously atun, atin. How do you find rafa? You know, una, ina, atun, atin. That's how you find rafa and a subject for all of these. You know the status. Then comes human broken plural. Broken plural means that they do not follow the combination. Basically, they do not have una or ina, and they do not have atun or atin in them. The ending sound will decide the rafa and nasab and jar for broken plurals. There are two types of broken plurals, which is human and non-human. When a word is human broken plural, there are two choices. Either it can be singular feminine, or it can be classified as reality, which is usually plural masculine. Non-human broken plural has only one thing. It can only be classified as human feminine. It cannot be classified as anything else other than human feminine. Then we come to the last one, which we haven't learned. We just know the name yet, which is Ism Jama. That's it. That's how we review the entire plural thing. You better have all these things in your head with order. First one should be masculine, the second one will be feminine plural, human feminine plural, the third one will be non-human feminine plural, the fourth one will be human broken plural, and the fifth one is non-human broken plural. Just focus on these five for now, okay? And oh yeah, how do you know whether the word is broken plural or singular? By the meaning. The meaning will tell you whether the word is a broken plural or it is singular. Okay, now move forward. This is a practice based on 5 plurals that you learned, the 5 classification of plurals. As you can see, we have the Arabic words and the meanings. So the first word is A'malun. A'malun, as you can see clearly, it does not have any combination. So the first 3 of our chart have been eliminated. Now we only know 2 ones. It can be either human broken plural or non-human broken plural. Now we look over the meanings. The meaning will tell you that this is works, not worker, it's works. Works means it's a thing, which means that this word is non-human. So this will be put as 5 because 5 is non-human broken plural. Great. Now next. Fasiquna. Okay, there's una sound here. We don't even need to look at the meanings to know that there is the first one, which is masculine plural. Not broken, masculine plural. Okay. Next we come to kutubun. And if we just look at the word, we'll not know whether it's singular or plural. I told you that. Because this word does not have any combination. The only way we know the word is plural is by what? The combinations. This word does not have combinations. I can think that this word is singular. But that's why we need the meanings. We look over to the meanings and we see that this means books. And books is plural. So we look at the word and we say that this is plural. But that's not enough. What kind of plural is it? We know that books is a thing again. Thing means it's non-human broken plural, which is 5. Non-human broken plural is the 5th one, right? Next, zulumatun. Okay, zulumatun means darknesses. But first of all, we know one thing. We can see the atun here clearly. We can see the atun, which means that it has to be either human feminine or non-human feminine plural. That is the only possibility because of the atun. We look over here and we see that this means darkness. Darkness in Arabic can be plural. So we say that this is 3 because darkness is, what is darkness? It's human. Are women darkness? No, right? It's non-human. So that's why zulumatun is a 3, which means it is non-human feminine plural. Okay, now next one. Okay, now muqallatun. Before we even look at the meanings, we know that this has an atun, which means that this can be only one of two things. It can either be human feminine plural or it can be non-human feminine plural. So we can now look over the meanings. We see that this means articles. Articles means that it is non-human. So this is a 3, which is non-human feminine plural. Okay, now let's look at the next one. Amilatin. Again, we can see the atin here. Amilatin, the atin is heard. So now we look over to the meanings because we know that this can be 2, human feminine plural or non-human feminine plural. So we look over the meanings and we see that there is workers. Usually it is humans who work. And this, as from the sign, we can see that it is female. I have not mentioned it here, but you know that it's female. Why? Because of the atin sound. So this basically means female workers. Okay, so female workers, they are obviously gonna be 2. Why? Because that's human feminine plural. Human feminine plural are used for women, and female workers means women. Next, asdiqa'un. At the first glance, there is absolutely no combination here. When there is no combination, we know that it could be only 2 things. It is either a singular or a broken plural. If it's a broken plural or a singular, how do we know? We look at the meanings. So let's go to the meanings. We see that it means friends. So friends means it's plural. First of all, first thing we know that it's plural. Plural means we'll take this as broken plural. Okay, we classify this broken plural. Now what kind? We know that broken plural are two kinds. First one is, what's the first one? Human broken plural or non-human broken plural? Non-human broken plural means animals and things, and friends are not included in that. So we can say that this is a human broken plural, which means it's a 4. So human broken plural. That's what we learned till now, right? Human broken plural. By the way, classify this into the other sense. What will this be in terms of Rafa and Nasab Jar? Yes, it has Rafa. I mean, it is Rafa because it has a Dhammatain. We know that broken plurals in general are classified on the status based on the ending sounds. Okay. Now the last one is Abswaran. Abswaran. We know that this word can be, it's right now it has tanween and it's not showing any signs of combination. So we know that this is either an ending sound, based on the ending sound we can tell that this is a singular or a plural, broken plural. So when we look at the word meaning, it means eyes. Eyes is definitely a plural, so we can say that this is a broken plural, and eyes is a non-human thing, so we can say that this is non-human broken plural. So based on the meaning, we got the fact that this is non-human broken plural. So that was a small practice. In the next, and remember, we learned 2 new concepts today, so practice is very important. So in the next lesson, after we finish the Ism Jama, all we are going to be doing is practice, practice, practice. Yes, there is going to be a lot of practice in the next lesson because it's a new concept. You need to get your head wrapped around this concept. It's a new concept, so there will be a lot of practice in the next lesson. This was a small glimpse of what we're going to do. Okay. So yeah, that's it. We are done for today. I hope you understood this. This lesson is a little on a heavy side. I understand that because you learned 2 new things today. It's just how Arabic works. There's nothing really we can do about it. We just have to learn it and hope that we can. I hope you already have memorized the 6 types of plurals in order. Okay, 6 kind of plurals in order so that you can classify the words on your own. Okay, so that's all for today. Any questions? Please be sure to comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. Thank you and goodbye.